Well, as you can see, it's a day in the shop, and it's something a little different. Not working on the Jeeps today. We're doing some machining. And what I'm machining is another bushing to go through this. You can see there's a needle bearing in there, and this bushing goes through. This needs to go through, and I don't want to modify this because it's stock, and my buddy, wants to keep this. So what I need to do is make a bushing, and as well, this goes through here, which is we need to cut the center out. It's like a spacer inside the swing arm. It's off FZ 600. I'm adapting. He's adapting. I'm just machining the parts from an early model FZ 600 to a late model FZ 600 shock absorber, which, as you can see, this shock's got it has a remote reservoir. It's a better shock than the early model that he had, monoshock. So, this is part of the swing arm. It's a monoshock system. So, these are the parts. And this is the stock. Then I'm going to be machining it. The bushing that will fit inside that area where the needle bearing is, and that bolt will fit through. So that's what's going on. And I've got all the various bits of tooling on the lathe right here to do the job. Center drill that first of all. I've got to face it. You'll see I'll do them all. I got all my tools up here. I'm going to use a vernier. That's all you need is a vernier. I mean, I've done this enough. I know what's close and what'll get it right there. So yeah, we'll be sliding this up. I'll drill it, face it off. But anyway, that's what's coming. It's just in shop stuff. So that's what's a coming. Back in a second. So the first part of the operation is to face this off, which I'm going to do now. That's it, faced off. Change out the tooling from this one, which was to face it off, to this one, which will take it down to the correct, eventually to the correct diameter. So that's what I'm doing that. But first, I'm going to mark the center. I'm going to take this out. Oops. Have to go get that, I guess. And put use this. Put the center. This is the center drill. And it'll just mark the center for when I put the drill in. Hang on a second. So I retrieved the chuck, and now I'm going to just center drill this to get the center correctly marked. That's just so the the drill doesn't walk around too much. I mean, it's going to go in the center anyway, but if you center mark it, it'll walk it around. It won't walk around. And then measure the inside diameter of this, and then find a drill bit that's under this size, which is 10.08 millimeters. So we'll get back to that in a minute. So you kind of want to do this in stages. So I'll do a pilot hole. You can do this in as many stages as you'd like, but I just want to put a pilot hole, which makes the bigger drill bits to go in a little bit easier. And put some cutting fluid on there, and away we go. Anyway, and to find out how deep to go, I'll just grab this, and I'll grab this, and I'll just you can mark it, or you can just go off the measurements on here for how deep that's going in. I may go in a little bit deeper, because I may cut 2 of these out for them. I'm not sure. We'll see. But anyway, back in a second. Getting closer to the final size. I'm going to have to bore it with a boring bar, and I'll get into that in a minute. The idea there. Just working on getting the outside diameter down now. With some rough cuts. I'm just finishing up the boring operations. I have a boring bar in here. Hang on a second, I'll show you. There it is. You can see I've got it marked, so I stop when I'm as deep as I need to be in there, which is right there. And then I'll back it out. And clean it up with some compressed air. Shut it off. And this is the piece that's got to fit in there. Just got to skim a little bit more out. Just a little bit at a time now, but yeah. That's the boring bar, and as you can see I have it marked. That's the actual end of the part, and I'm taking it a little bit past. This is the piece. The outside is done. It fits It fits this needle roller bearing in here. Fits it nicely. So it fits that, and in just a minute it's going to fit this bolt through here. Back in a minute. This will probably be the final cut. Another one. Oh yeah, there we go. That's it. The threads, you see the threads here are actually, this threaded area is smaller than here, so I had to machine it. You couldn't go to this measurement, you had to go to this measurement. Or you couldn't go to this measurement, sorry, I had to go to this measurement for it to slide in. So my next operation, hang on. The next operation, as I said, was going to be this one mounted in, and it's a parting off tool. And you run the lathe real slow, and you just keep feeding it in, and it parts. It'll part off. I'll film it when I'm doing it. Back in a second. So I remove this piece here. And put on this one for parting off. You want to bring this in. I want to leave a little bit of room on here to dress it up. So yeah, anyway, back in a second. So this is the parting off operation. You want to keep it steady, and I've got this set up to catch it when it comes loose. Just a steady pressure, low RPM like you see me doing. Keep a steady pressure going in, and it'll part this right off. Really nice, as you can see. Yeah, she's going to part off right now. There it is. And there it is. Part off. I just have to clean that up. And that'll go through. It's just this burr. This burr is holding it up. But I'll show you when I left it a little bit long so I can dress the ends, put a chamfer, so I can dress the ends. I can put a chamfer on here, a chamfer inside, a chamfer there and the inside there, and that'll take that burr off. And there it is. It's a little part. I had to, as you can see, I made it just a wee bit longer than that one. And yeah, we'll be back in a sec. I said to actually adjust this whole block to get the right angle for the chamfer. And we'll put it to 105 in low range should do it. Well, right there. There it is. 50. Stop. There it is. Bring it in. Just knock that burr off. Back in a second. So that's it all done. There's the sleeve. You just see it coming out there. That had to fit in that needle bearing and then be a slide fit for this. And then there was a long tube that needed to be cut 30 millimeters, and that's gonna go on either side like that. It was a tube that went across because it's a completely different way on the later FZs than the earlier ones. He had to get a whole new cast bracket for this shock because this is a better shock. That's why he wants to use it, because he's going to race the bike. But anyway, that's I just got to grease it, and it's done. So if you like some of the shop stuff, like, subscribe, and share. I do anything, mostly working on the Jeeps, but machining's machining, and I like it. Wild Bill, out.